Hey guys, this is Runic. I'm back in my build overview spot, which means I have something to show you. The last build I made was a stealth build that revolved around, well, stealth and the skills that do that to you and buffing random things that you get from going into stealth. But I wanted to make one that was a little more multi-dimensional than just relying on stealth for everything. And a lot of the traits are different too. A lot of the shadow stuff was a little bit different, and rather than reworking a build, I just made a new one. This one's a little different. I'm still doing the dagger as my primary. And I went for deadly, shadow, acrobatics, and trickery. I'm a lot more spread out now than I was last time. Acrobatics is really cool. That relies on, where shadow arts relies on stealth, acrobatics relies on dodging. So you get a lot of cool buffs for dodging. And trickery has some cool initiative management skills into it. So you can manage that a little bit more efficiently. Being the only class that has a pool of mana or so to use up for its skills, it's good to have some kind of management for it. So I'll start from the top down. Deadly arts, you pretty much always want to have some deadly arts in there. That's going to give you your bonus to power, which is your attack. And I can show you that here. Power increases attack, and this is your attribute spread. I don't know what the optimal attributes are for each build yet. I don't have a good feel for the game yet, but that's coming. I know I want power to be my top, and precision to be close behind. I want to balance toughness and vitality. Toughness is your defense, so you don't get hit and lose a few thousand life. Vitality is your amount of health. I'm trying to keep it at around 16,000. A lot higher than when you start, because when you start with no vitality, you have a really low amount of health, and that's your shadow arts. So, deadly arts, your power, your condition, duration. The first one is Serpent's Touch. Stealing applies poison. Venomous Strength. I'm putting some venoms into this build, and that's going to be one of the keys of this with the synergy with my traits. So I get 2 stacks of might for 20 seconds per venom. So if I hit one venom, 2 stacks. Another venom, 4 stacks. Might is awesome. It increases your power. If I go back to this, look at that. That green number, it's way higher than it was before. It's going down now. It's ticking down from the might wearing off. But the higher that might is, or the more stacks of might you have, the higher your power, the better your attack. Weaken targets whenever you poison them. That's good. I'm going to have lots of conditions because I'm using venom, so weakened targets are way easier to kill. And venom recharges. If I get might every time I use a venom, then I want to use them all the time. Look at this. I still have these venoms on me, and they're already recharged. I can hit them again and get my might back. So let's say I'm in a battle, I've already used these, they're already recharged, I can get more might, I can get more venoms. So that's really cool. Shadow arts, this is your toughness and your healing. So your heal skills will heal you 4 more when you have more shadow arts, and your toughness, when you take a hit, it's not going to just one-shot you. Last refuge, blinding powder when your health goes down, that's cool. Blinds people around you. You get 2 initiatives when using a skill that stealths you. I think this is a new trait, and I love it because of Cloak and Dagger. This is a skill that stealths me, and it costs 6 initiative. You don't have much initiative. 6 is a huge investment, and if you're lagging or something and someone like rolls behind you and you miss that, you lost 6 initiative for nothing. This will at least give you 2 of that initiative back every time you use it, bring that down to 4. That's way better. And it has 3 stacks of vulnerability on it, which is awesome too. Stealth skills last longer, that's a freebie. But I went over here for leeching venoms. Venoms steal health when activated, and by activated they mean when you hit someone with it. So every time I hit someone with scale venom or basilisk venom, I get healed for some unknown amount. Acrobatics, this is the cool new one that I'm toying with. Increases your vitality, your maximum health. Increases your boon duration. Might is a boon. Might will last longer the more acrobatics I have. Dodging returns some of the endurance used. This is awesome. I would dodge now, but I'd fall off a cliff. So I'm not going to show you that. But when you dodge, you'll see it go down to where it normally goes, and you get half the endurance back. You can dodge again and again. You can get about 4 dodges out of it before you have to start paying attention to where you are. If you're dodging that much, you're probably in combat. So that's a really cool one. It keeps you alive. A thief gets hit really hard and it really hurts. Dodging is a nice active way to kind of mitigate that. You really have to pay attention, but you try not to get hit. Getting hit on a thief hurts. Pain response. This one is my new favorite. Gain 10 seconds of regeneration, remove bleeding, poison, and burning when you get to 75% health. On a thief, that's almost 1 hit. So you get regeneration once you start, being in battle, and that's 10 seconds of it, so that's a lot. And your boon duration is increased by 20%, so that's, what, 12 seconds? Someone can correct me on that, I'm terrible with math. I would demo it now for you, but I don't know how I would hurt myself aside from falling off the cliff. And Trickery increases condition damage and steel recharge rate. Now I went for this one because it has another one of my favorites. Well, first off, you invest 5 points in this and you get 3 extra initiative. That is fantastic. And this one is one of my favorites. Every time I hit the steel button, I gain Fury, Swiftness, and Might. Might's one of my favorites, of course, but look how long the Swiftness is lasting. That lasts forever. It might be 10 seconds, it's not really forever. But that's fantastic because I can be running and running, and you get this one where you get, where was it? Swiftness on evade. I think I skipped that one for some reason. It means every time I dodge, I gain swiftness for like 5 seconds. And I keep getting my endurance back from this guy. So I get swiftness over and over again. I'll just be running between points dodging to gain that random boon. Just to make it to the other point faster, and if I run out of endurance I can just hit the steel button and I can run for a lot longer, my endurance recharges, and I can start dodging again, so you're really fast on this build. Also the Might, it lasts way longer than the Swiftness does, so when I'm just dodging around like that randomly, I always have a stack of Might on me, and if my Venoms are like recharging and there's no one around me, I'll just apply them randomly, thinking that, okay, when I get into a fight, I'll have the Venoms on me already, and they might even be recharged again to use them again. So I'll be running around with like 4 or 5 stacks of Might the whole game, even when I'm not in battle, which is really cool. I think I've gotten up to 8 stacks of Might. I think that's about as high as you can get when you use up all of your dodging, and you apply your Venoms, and you use a steel. You can get pretty high up there, which is awesome. Anything else I can go over? Skills I took. This is a new favorite. I put it on a hotkey. It gives you a random boon to, or not a boon, but it gives you a random buff to speed, like 10%. And when you use the skill, it'll blind and immobilize people. I use this for the blind when I'm fighting someone that's got a big hit coming on me, and I use it for the immobilize when someone's trying to get away. Get out of here, cats. Another favorite, blinding powder. Blind people randomly, and you get to cloak out of that, which is fantastic. So I can get a random backstab out of it. I can blind everyone in the area if there's a big fight going on to try to help people out. Other classes don't really get a benefit from stealth except for randomly disappearing, but it's still great to have that blind and that stealth. And then I wanted 2 Venoms. Basilisk Venom is just one I can't get rid of. I love that skill. It turns people to stone. I started using it instead of in the beginning of the fight. I started using it randomly. I assigned it to a hotkey so I can use it almost like an interrupt, which I like. And Scale Venom is cool because it gives vulnerability and weakness. Now the reason I wanted this, not necessarily for the vulnerability, because I can get that out of Cloak and Dagger if I want. The weakness is cool because of the fumble. So if you have someone really hitting you, fumble is like 50% chance to do a glancing blow or something, and that really reduces their effectiveness against you. And I don't think people in this state of the game really are paying attention to the skills. So someone could have fumble on them, or weakness on them, and they'll just be glancing and not really know what that means and use up all their good attacks. So I like that one a lot. Anything else I can go over? Oh, I changed my heal to withdraw. It's awesome. It's a 15-second recharge. So you can use it over and over again. And since I have some good points invested into Shadow Arts, it heals me for a good amount. It also, the main reason, it's kind of like movement, because it will roll you backwards. So if I turn around and use it, it'll roll me forwards. So I kind of use that to get between points sometimes, or to kind of break through a big group of enemies that's trying to take you out. But another awesome reason to have this is it removes immobilized, chilled, and cripple. So the snares that they try to hit you with to finish you off, you can use this and break out of it. And you can use it every 15 seconds. So that one's hotkeyed as well. I like that heal. What else can I go over? Changed my rune set. In the first one I didn't really tell you what runes I had because I was just using the thief runes. Well, I was really looking through them, and I found one that does power and might duration. So I have all the stuff that gives me might. I have a trait that I have acrobatics, which makes might last longer, or makes boons last longer. And then I have a rune here that makes might last longer. So that's why I'm always running around, and I always have might on me. I have all these buffs to might, and all these things that give me might. So it's pretty cool how that's all working out. And then for the weapons, I put on Sigil of Strength, 30% chance to apply might on critical. I figure I'm a thief, I'm criticaling all the time, Let's get some random boons out of that. So that's 10 seconds plus the 20%. And Sigil of Superior Bloodlust. This one's cool because you get plus power every time you kill someone. So if you're doing good in a match, you'll see a little icon right next to where this guy's at, Signet of Shadows, where it'll tell you, a little symbol and a number of how many times that's stacking on you. That one stacks intensity. It says maximum 25. So I'll at some point have like 7 stacks of that on me, which is really upping my power. On top of the might, upping my power, and on top of the dagger mastery, upping my power. Or the deadly, upping my power. Guild Wars 1 throwback. So there's a lot of stuff working well together, and that's the way I like to build things. That's the way I think you're supposed to build things. So I guess that's all I can show you. I guess I got everything. I'm using a short bow as my offhand weapon, mainly for Infiltrator's arrow. Kind of shoots you around, it lets you move a little faster. Yeah, I guess that's it. So check out the next videos. I'm going to show you how this one works in action. So I just got back from being AFK, and it looks like Kid is still trolling me. I think he's smelling my armpit, and he portaled me over to this nice secluded location. So I'm not sure what his intentions are. I'm going to continue to be AFK so he doesn't realize I'm here. It just does not look good.